If you're watching me right now, you don't care about the Rose Bowl game, so we'll take you to the Rose Parade and show you some of the Hoosiers involved earlier today in Pasadena.
And temperatures certainly cooler than in Pasadena. We're at the 30s right now, but feels like January, and that forecast is going to continue. I'll have a look at what you can expect.
And one person is recovering after being hit by a bullet that fell from the sky overnight. IMPD on this irresponsible injury.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. The 2026 Rose Bowl is underway. Right now, IU is facing Alabama over in California. We just looked, and there we go. We just scored again.
Yeah, here's a look at that current score, 10-0 in the second quarter. Just IU got a touchdown just minutes ago. We'll check in later this hour, and we'll update you, of course, online as soon as we have a winner. Hoosiers fans, of course, have been anxiously awaiting game day for more than 3 weeks now.
Yeah, many of us, or many of them rather, were able to book last-minute trips to Pasadena for the game, but plenty of watch parties to go around here in Central Indiana. So we're joining you at some of those parties. We know our Alex Almanza, he's hanging out with fans down in Bloomington, and our Ella Rhodes, she is back here in downtown Indy as well with fans.
Yeah, we'll check in with both of them coming up in a few minutes. But first, we're headed to soggy Southern California, where Rich Nye shows us some of today's pregame activities. Rich, how's it going?
Yeah, still very soggy, although can you feel that? Can you see it? I feel it. The sun is on my face for the first time since I arrived in Pasadena yesterday. The sun has broken through, and the sun is breaking through on the Hoosiers. As you mentioned, they're off to a great start here against Alabama, up 10-0 in a Rose Bowl that is filled with IU fans. I mean, honestly, it is at least 80-20 IU fans to Alabama fans here at this game. The day has been very soggy. We had all kinds of rain as you look at one of the most famous shots in sports, the main entrance here to the Rose Bowl. It took IU 68 years to get back to this game, the granddaddy of them all. The Rose Parade is also a huge tradition and a huge honor for those who participate. Speedway High School has a senior here who performed with the Bands of America Honor Band. This is a band made up of over 250 outstanding high school band members from all over the country. And the young man with the red beard on sousaphone is Sam Goodman from Speedway High School. And we also talked to David Brooks, the band director at Raymond Park Middle School in Warren Township. He played snare drum in a band made up of band directors from all over the United States.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, for sure.
What's it mean to you to be selected and to be a part of this?
It's humbling, for sure. The percussion players, there was 100 of us, and they narrowed it down through an audition process to 40. So I'm one of the 10 snare drummers.
It means so much, you know. It shows the practice that I put in and the effort to get here and get to have this opportunity.
And the entire Brownsburg Marching Band also performed in the Rose Parade. And we're going to feature the sound of Brownsburg coming up in our 6 o'clock report. Back here live at the Rose Bowl, where the Hoosiers are playing well, the #1 seed in the college football playoffs, taking on Alabama and looking good so far. We are enjoying some sunshine for the first time. I'm still wet. I don't know if you can see this. I mean, I went to the hat long ago because the hair is not a good hair day with all the rain we had earlier today. But enjoying this weather now in sunny Southern California.
Oh, I love it. And you know, Rich says they're off to a good start. We've got 10-0 in the second quarter. It did take until the second quarter for IU to get some points on the board. I talked to a teenager at the airport who was like, I think the first quarter is going to be slow. And then they're going to step it up, which we love to see.
They were definitely right. So our Rich and I are reporting live for us out in California. We know back here at home, you know, I think we want to check with our Alex. He's down in Bloomington, really with the fans. There he is. You have been down there with the fans, Alex. How is it going down that way?
Well, you know what? For a moment, I was a little jealous of our team over in California. Nice and sunny, but you know what? It's nice and warm here at Nick's Bar. We are in the Hoosier Room, where there's a lot of energy. So many people from, from around town here in Bloomington, but also from different states. There are also multiple rooms. This is not just the only one. Aside from the Hoosier Room, we've got this area over here where a lot of folks are excited. You know, they've been waiting for this moment for not even years, decades. We're thinking decades. And so now that the Hoosiers have kind of broken that score, you know, the energy here is just amazing. And so that's what people are doing here. You know, they've got the drinks, they've got, you know, everything going on here. A lot of energy. Isn't that just amazing to hear that? Now, this is a sea of cream and crimson. We've got the IU fans really hyped up. Now, if you know both of the teams, IU, Alabama, they share the same colors. So if you really wanted to, you could kind of come in as an Alabama fan and blend right in. And that's exactly what one fan did.
Obviously a huge Bama fan, respect what Nick Saban did while he was there, and Signetti obviously being one of his own coaches. I respect everything about what IU has done, and it's amazing the turnaround that they've had, being one of the worst programs to now one of the best.
Yeah, and so it's really exciting to hear all the fans get really excited now that we're in the second quarter and the Hoosiers really broke that score. Now it's keeping that momentum going, and so the momentum here in the bar is really just going to keep going on. And so hopefully, a couple more hits at 6 o'clock. That momentum continues to grow, and the fans continue to stay excited. Guys?
Alex, you do kind of have to respect that Alabama fan for showing up to watch the game with a bunch of Hoosiers fans.
Yeah, and giving us kudos as well. So, Alex, we'll check back in with you soon, my friend. Well, we know if IU wins tonight, they have a rematch in the Peach Bowl next weekend. So we know Oregon beat Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl this afternoon. The Peach Bowl is set for January 9th. Kickoff for that one is at 7:30.
All right, well, I did see an Indiana fan. They talked to one of the NBC stations in LA. They were camping out for the parade this morning, and they said, it's rainy, but you can't complain because it's warmer than it is in Indiana.
Yeah. Temperatures are in the 60s. I mean, It's twice the temperature we have here. We're in the 30s or even 20s for some locations. So it's nice that we're seeing a break. Rich enjoying a little bit of a peak of sunshine there. I think we're going to see some breaks in the clouds through the overnight, but it's going to have the opposite effect for us. It's actually going to allow the temperatures to drop in a big way. Let me show you where we are currently with some of those clouds to the north and even a little bit of snow in the northeastern corner of the Hoosier State. Outside of that, our forecast is pretty uneventful. It's really just watching the temperatures and seeing how much sunshine we can get over the next several days. A little bit of snow that will continue to wrap up. This is not causing too many problems, but it is about the only thing we have to talk about except for this, the numbers. 31, that's where we sit right now. Really quite a dividing line from north to south. Northern temperatures are into the 20s currently. Farther to the south, we're into the mid-30s, and I expect that with clear skies for most of you during the next several hours, the rest of the day, we'll see those temperatures drop down into the 20s during your overnight. Pretty typical for what we expect for January. Low of 21, not too far off from the average. Let's call that partly cloudy skies. And then for tomorrow, into the mid-30s yet again. More partly cloudy skies expected. I'll have a look at when we see the temperatures make it into the 40s and 50s coming up.
Rob, thank you. We've got more news to get to this evening. Metro Police say at least one person died after a crash this morning on the north side. Officers responded to West 79th Street near Michigan Road around 6:45 this morning. IMPD says 2 vehicles were involved in the crash and 1 person died. We're working to learn more about what led up to this crash.
And tonight, 1 person is in critical condition after a shooting on the city's Near East Side. Metro Police say it happened around 7:30 this morning near 19th and Rural. Once on scene, officers say they found a male with a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. So far, there's no word on what exactly led up to this shooting. Of course, we'll keep you posted as soon as we learn more. And tonight, a man is recovering after police believe he was hit by a stray bullet earlier this morning.
Yeah, it happened on the city's southeast side. Our Marina Silva spoke with police as we continue to learn what kind of happened here.
I spoke with the man hit by that stray bullet on the phone earlier today. He told me he was at work when this happened. Now he's recovering. But this comes to a warning to people who want to shoot any type of firearm in the air. What comes up must come down.
As many people were still sleeping off their New Year's adventures,
One man was getting ready to start his workday when all of a sudden he was hit by a stray bullet. When I spoke with the man on the phone, he says he had a hat on and the bullet went straight through the hat and hit him in the head. Thankfully, he only has minor injuries. But Officer Tommy Thompson says this could have been much worse.
Like we've talked about it. We talked about it before New Year's. We talked about it throughout the year. That's criminal recklessness. That is a crime. You don't shoot guns into the air because this is the result, right?
While the physical injuries might be minor, it's the emotional ones that last.
It's disappointing. It shows that it can happen anywhere based on the address. It's just very traumatic for that person.
Officer Thompson says the investigation is still going on.
We do not have a suspect. We'll continue to work on that. It's very difficult. But again, just a person trying to go about their day, literally starting their day for work.
Officer Thompson said he hopes this doesn't continue throughout 2026 and urges people to be responsible firearm owners.
Marina, thank you. A developing story tonight out of Franklin now. The fire department has shut down 2 hotels due to fire alarm outages.
The Econo Lodge and the Relax Inn are now closed indefinitely. Both are on Lover's Lane. So a statement from the fire department says it worked with the owners to find ways to keep the hotels open while keeping those inside safe.
It says, quote, when those options were refused by the ownership group, we had no alternative but to order the closure of these facilities. The hotels will be closed until the fire alarm systems are restored and approved by the fire department.
Well, we are in a new year now, and it's bringing some changes that could impact your money. So coming up, we'll tell you what you need to know about the changes to Social Security, taxes, and more. Hey, Rob.
Yeah, we're looking at a pretty quiet pattern for the next several days, but we are watching the temperatures, which are headed in one direction. I'll show you coming up.
And dozens killed after a fire tears through a ski resort in Switzerland. Why it may take a few days to determine how it all started. Next.